A new facility designed to help endangered Hawaiian monk seals is set for its official grand opening sometime in September, but it's already caring for its first patients.
We brought down 4 individual animals. There are 2 pups, so they're just probably a couple of months old or less, and 2 animals that we think are around 1 year old. One is tagged from last year, so we know that animal was born on Midway last year, and another one that was retrieved from French frigate shoals that wasn't previously seen, but we think her length and size are pretty consistent with being a 1-year-old seal.
4 malnourished Hawaiian monk seals from the northwestern Hawaiian Islands are currently convalescing at the Marine Mammal Center's new $3.2 million Monk Seal Hospital in Kona.
Yeah, the Marine Mammal Center, which is a rescue and rehab center in Sausalito, California, which covered rescues in about 600 to 800 animals a year in California, has built a brand new rehab center here on the Kona coast for Hawaiian monk seals. We're under construction, but we have 4 pools and our filtration system is up and running, and we were able to accept these animals that were brought in from the Northwest Hawaiian Islands today.
The seals were captured by a NOAA fisheries crew during a 26-day cruise in the Papahanaumokua'akea Marine National Monument.
What you'll see us using on the beach to capture these animals are things we call stretcher nets, and it's just 2 small poles strung with a stretcher net strung between it, and it basically just makes a little seal hammock, and we can tighten it at each end so that the animals can be contained, but they have freedom of movement, they have good airflow, we can keep them really cool, and it's a nice, ideal way to safely handle an animal that certainly can bite and can injure people, but also keep it safe for the animal as well. So we'll load them onto a small boat, and then the small boat goes back to the ship, and the animals are loaded onto the ship where they're cared for in cages and pens and corrals.
Researchers monitor the seal population in the region and intervene to improve monk seal survival.
We've seen monk seals improving in the main Hawaiian Islands, and that's a relatively recent thing. So, we're monitoring it closely. And one of the things that NOAA Fisheries does every year that's really instrumental to our understanding of this is to actually deploy field camps in the northwestern Hawaiian Islands throughout the summer, where they look at population assessments and they look at survival of individual seals, so we actually can compare between the areas, and we're seeing that one of the key reasons for the decline there one of the key reasons for the improvement in seals condition here is the fact that there seemed to be less competition for food from those top predatory fish.
The seals now reside at Kekai Ola, or Healing Sea. The facility, located at Nelha in Kona, has rehabilitation pens and pools and quarantine areas.
Over the years, we evaluated how many monk seals potentially would need our help, and we came up to potentially 10 animals a year for our hospital and our pools. So we have 4 pools that could probably hold up to 10 animals at one time. Hopefully we won't need to utilize all our space at once. And then we're currently in the process of finishing our surgery and treatment and our fish kitchen, and we're also going to have an education center out there so that we can help educate people and the public about the plight of the Hawaiian monk seal.
The seals will be fed and cared for over the next 2 months before being returned to the northwestern Hawaiian Islands.
We mashed up herring, restaurant quality herring, and water, and we use that combination with some added vitamins for their full nutritional needs to actually give them food via a tube when necessary if they're not taking fish on their own. It was a fish smoothie.
The facility could play a major role in the survival of this dwindling species.
But we also will be able to respond to any of the monk seals here on the main islands, animals that are hooked accidentally by fishermen or shark bite or injured for any reason. Those animals can be transported directly here to our hospital, and we'll be able to care for them, provide them any kind of medical treatment and husbandry care that they need.
One of the things that we see quite consistently in the northwestern Hawaiian Islands, unlike here in the main Hawaiian Islands, is that young seals have a very difficult time getting sufficient calories. And so we'll see seals that are struggling to find food. There's great competition for food in the northwestern Hawaiian Islands from sharks and large predatory fish. And we see really poor juvenile survival there. So these young animals, particularly the fact that they're females, are going to go on and be important to that population. So by increasing their nutritional capacity here, we'll be able to put them back out there and hopefully get them over that hump and allow them to do good in the Northwest.
Matt Binder, Big Island Video News.